Morning students. In the previous class you have studied transportation in plants. Now you have to study transportation in animal because the method of transportation in animal is quite different. In animals the transportable materials are gaseous materials, carbon dioxide and oxygen, food materials, carbohydrate, fat, proteins, waste materials like urea, hormones, etc. These materials are transported in simpler animals by simple method of diffusion. But in complex animals, there is a well-developed circulatory system for the transportation of the material. This circulatory system is of two types and both operate at the same time. First is the blood vascular system and second is the lymphatic system. Blood vascular system comprises of blood vessels and heart, whereas the lymphatic system consists of lymph vessels and lymph node. The main component of the blood vascular system which transports the material is the blood. And this blood is transported through the blood vessels and the heart helps in its transportation. Now comes to the point blood. Blood, as you have seen, it is red in color. It is a liquid, and since it connects a part of animal to another part, it is a connective tissue. It is a connective tissue. It consists of plasma and corpuscles. Plasma is the liquid part which comprises 50% and corpuscles form 45% of the total blood volume. This plasma, which is the liquid part, has 90% water and rest 10% is food, carbohydrate, fat and proteins, wastes, urea, ions of calcium, magnesium, manganese, potassium, sodium and their compounds. The function of the plasma is transportation of gas, particularly carbon dioxide, and transportation of food and waste materials. It also helps in thermoregulation of the body. That is, it maintains the temperature of the organism. Plasma has protein, and this protein may be in form of antibodies which help in fighting the foreign disease causing pathogens. Now comes to the corpuscles which float in the plasma. The main corpuscles is the RBC, red blood corpuscles. Biologically it is known as erythrocytes. It is circular in shape, but it has no nucleus. This is the important point. RBC do not have nucleus, but RBC of camel has nucleus. Since it does not have nucleus, its life is short, usually of 4 months. It is red in color due to the presence of hemoglobin, and its function is to carry oxygen mainly. Now WBC, which is known as leukocytes, It is a nucleated cell, but its shape may be of different shape. It is of two types based on granulation, granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes are of three types on the basis of its nature to the pH value: acidocytes, basophils, and neutrophils. These are of three types of the granulocytes, and agranulocytes are of two types: monocytes and lymphocytes. And the third component, which is known as platelets. Platelets is biologically known as thrombocytes. It is a fragment of red bone cells. It has role in clotting of the blood. And the main function of the WBC is protection from the pathogens. In this way, we have a clear-cut idea about the blood. Now, the blood vessels. Blood passes through blood vessels. Blood is not present inside the cell, it only is present in blood vessels. And what blood vessels are of three types: artery, vein, and capillaries. In the next class, we will see differences between artery and capillaries. That's all okay.